Good day, everybody. It's CGB here again with another wonderful Minecraft video. Today, we're going to talk again about some of the different things that we covered from the past. So, right here, we have our basic study house. So, I want to talk about aesthetics. So, technically, what is aesthetics? Well, aesthetics is improvements or things you could do to make your Minecraft world a little bit better. I got a very basic house here, just to show you some of the stuff we're going to cover today. Don't mind that there's a bit of a color gloss here. And also, too, we'll cover some basic things you could do to help maybe improve your Minecraft world. I also picked this area in general because it does offer a lot of space, so I'm hoping to cover more things about maybe... pet horse here. Maybe some improvements, maybe some expansions in some later videos. But I really want to cover only the minimal things today, just to kind of get back into some videos. And I do apologize to some of you who are wondering if I will be making videos. Yes. When I get the chances, I'm sorry for the long wait. I will be making more videos. It's going to give me some time. Sorry about that. I am, of course, on Pocket Edition. For those who are wondering, so we do have Pocket Edition, and we also have Java Edition, which is for PC, and so on and so forth. The basic cost, first of all, to own or basically have Minecraft is roughly about $10 Canadian, or I think this way United States is the same price. But going back to the video, it's really intelligent here. We're just going to cover some things I personally use when I'm doing a very basic build. That's why I decided on this world, kind of in this location. And I just want to show you some things that I feel that can maybe help you improve, your builds yourself. I really want you to become creative with some of the things. These are all just tutorials. Especially for those who are maybe beginning, maybe some older people who would like to just come in just to learn some basics for maybe some gameplay and stuff like that. So going down to it all, like I said, here is our basic house. And I'm going to do the basic stuff right here. So depending on how you want your house to look, this works. For anybody who just wants to go very, very minimal. I do apologize, there's rain. This place rains a lot. But it also lacks trees, which is very, very needed in Minecraft. There's some over there. There's some, I do believe, over here, but it's not worth that. So I'm going to cover some of the trees I personally like, and hopefully, if you make improvements, I hope that you enjoy playing Minecraft. So, first of all, when I look at the house, I notice that you got the sides. Yeah, okay, it works. But I improve that to make it look a little bit better. Now, depending if you want to match your roof, maybe match your woods, entirely up to you. But I'm going to do is, I like the dark woods. I also, as you could tell, like this here, it's like a red door. So I'm going to cover that wood as well. And then just show you. So anyways, we're going down to the, we're going to go with the red wood. So when you go into your inventory, you select the top one. And in the very corner on your left, you're going to notice planks. Now, planks are some of the basic materials. You get that from chopping trees, which I will cover a little bit later on as well. And if you select this red one right here, it's called mangrove. Now, mangrove is a pretty recent one, within, I think, I believe the last two updates. So, I like it personally. So, the way I do it is I will choose a corner or corners, depending on the size. So, if you're just going to make, say, right here, like a little bit better, and stuff like that. Usually, I personally, if you're just going to do that, I'll hit corners, say one here, and continue that up your build. Just like this. Nice little tidy corner. Looks good, doesn't it? And again, same corner on your side. do it again. There we go. And there we go. Now, it may not look much, so a lot of times people will also just like maybe along the top. So if you want to do that as well, like I'll just give you an idea. There you go. Doesn't that look a little bit nicer? I mean, it still feels kind of plain, but I mean, if you're looking at it from this angle, it looks a lot better than before. Like, you may not notice down the back. It's up to you if you want to continue the planks all the way around. Sometimes people might even change distance here. I'm going to show you another thing we could do. So if I remove those, go back into our inventory and select stairs and scroll through, you'll see mangrove stairs. Okay, and if you select that, simply select where you want to start. So I will say start here and see right along the line, and boom, that's even better, doesn't it? And it kind of gives you a little bit of like just a change. It looks better. I mean, some people get really creative. They'll continue all the way around, all the way through, all the way up. I mean, entirely how you feel. So in order to do that, you would just select the inner base of that. Something like that. Again, copy that, same thing, other side. Yeah. If we could do that, no. Well, for that, we could just go. There we go. Yeah, a little bit nicer. And it gives you that kind of more aesthetically pleasing look from the front. Another thing, sorry about this horse being in the way here, is you might say, okay, well, that's done. What else can I do to help improve? Well, number one, maybe lighting. You could tell here I have no path going up to, say, our water here. So somebody might suggest simple paths, simple stone paths. In order to do that, again, go in here into your inventory, select your second tab, and select this. And you don't really necessarily have to get the most best shovel in the game if you're in creative, which I am. You just simply tap the ground, and it will have like a forever durability. Now, if you're doing this in a survival situation, of course, that will vary because, number one, you're going to need wood to make your tools. And then on top of that, you're going to have to go find either stone or do some mining, which I'll cover in another video, and getting some iron. So we're just going to do very minimalist path. We're just going to bring about, say, about here. Yeah, very basic. So there you go. Boom. Path leading all the way out to front of my home. So if you like this, say, style, it's fine. Now, people might say, well, that looks very basic. It doesn't have much into it. Well, yes. And, well, no. Like, I mean, you could vary the paths. I mean, I've seen many people get really creative. Things you could do is if you go into your inventory, again, top tab, and if you scroll down, there is many blocks that you could choose from. Very simple. You could go down to your fourth tab, and again, even more blocks. Some of the other ones I like is here is the Meliseum. And sometimes people might accent that with, say, I don't know, let's just choose something very basic, dirt path. But again, that's the stuff we have right here. And just simply, if you want a very basic path, you just want to change it up, you can even expand this little pathway a little bit. And you could just do every so many blocks. Say, go like this. Say like this. See, one up in here. Now right here. See, kind of keep it going. Just get the basics. Just do that one. There we go. Make it very basic in here. And we should just be right near the edge of our path here. Very basic. And last two. And there you go. I mean, it looks a little better. Gives a little more of a pleasing feel. So say if you're standing at the edge of your path, you go, oh, okay, there's a nice little path going up to my home. Very basic, very easy to do. So if you cover that and just like that, that's fine. Another improvement I personally like to do is, again, top tab. And if you go to your third, there's fences. And it covers a lot of different ones. I personally like the dark oak. It's just very nice, but that's what's up on the very top right here. And I like to personally highlight my paths leading up to my home. So just simply place them along. There you go. And again, other side. And boom. Try to even that out if you can. And so when you're backing up, that's even more of an improvement, isn't it? Nice little thing. And if you're worried about things spawning, whatever, easy one in a survival situation is torches. It's very easy to make. We just basically some sticks and some coal. Plain and very simple. And just gently hit the top of the fence and boom. There you go. Really simple, isn't it? Another thing I like in my worlds is sometimes a fence for animals and so on and so forth. So, depending if you want it or not want it attached to your home, that is going to be entirely up to you. For this sake, what we're going to do today is we'll cover very easy fence, like I said, and just fence ideas. You can make the choice whether or not to use, and just basically, I'll start usually at the edge, come out a little bit, and just make it, like, you don't have to necessarily have a huge, apologies for the night, but we'll fix that later, and just basically do that there, do that there, do that there, and usually what I'll do is at the back edge, come across, ensure you got that pretty, it's sometimes, we could be, I've seen people get really creative with fencing, but this is just a very easy tutorial on simple things you could do to help improve maybe your styles, and just to give you a general thing. Usually, if you're going to keep an animal in the enclosure area, another thing you might want is a gate. So again, but this time it's the fourth tab, and find a corresponding gate. So that's there. Find an area you want to put it. So we'll put it over here, and boom. Very simple. It works. There we go. So nowadays, if you're going to keep an animal, easy, one way in, one way out. And again, just tap the fence, place a couple torches, easy for you to see, also keeps the mobs off. There you go. Very simple. And it looks pretty good too, because it complements the style of your home. And you could get creative with like planks, torches, like I said. We'll even cover so much as the lantern. And that is another one that I personally like to use in my builds. When I'm using my lanterns, if I'm not going to be using, say, a torch, let's take that out, and stuff like that, I will use it as a way of source of light at my home. And I'll sometimes, pop it, look at this. Like, we could pop it in this corner here, pop it in that corner there, and even so much if you can. There we go. Boom. There we go. Does it look a little bit nicer? And it kind of gives you like that homey feeling. So like I said, if you're like me, you like to travel, maybe you want to explore, maybe even like boat around just to kind of get an idea of your surroundings, that's entirely fine. It's pretty cool. And in fact, it's a good way to kind of explore the different biomes that are available in the game. Another thing is like when you're in a location that doesn't offer and you happen to be in a creative sense, if you want, you could add like trees. And if you need to, and there, I mean, we have so many trees. It's unbelievable. Like we got like here's an oak, spruce, we got birch, we got jungle, acacia, dark oak, and even mangrove. Now, the thing with mangrove, which is these little buggers right here, is you may want a larger area to put them in, or if you have like an area like I say here, you may want to not bring it too close to your home, because when these things do happen to sprout, they do happen to take a big area. So just to give you an idea, we'll place it down, and it plants such like this. To me, it personally looks like a little palm tree. Isn't it kind of cute, isn't it? If you're like me, and you do happen to have bone meal by chance, which I will show you, is made from bones, if we could find that. We'll just make it easier for ourselves. There we go. These things that I'm holding right now are dropped by skeletons in a survival sense. I mean, yes, you could get them out of creative, but in order to make them something usable, you simply open up your blog, and you'll notice that I have a crafting table. Simply select your bone, select it into it, and you'll notice at the bottom it has something called bone meal. And just simply select, boom, bone meal, which is this white stuff. If I said, if you don't want to wait for this little guy to spring a couple days, easy. Simply just tap it a couple times or even once, and boom, done. That's it. See, that's why I suggest that you put it at a sizable distance from your home, because sometimes, depending on the situation, they get big. And you could already notice it's got a little sprout right there. And you just simply select those, and they will drop for you. So, if you like these type of trees, that's fine. It's quite an enjoyable wood. In fact, that's what gives her wonderful house its reddish trim right here, and this beautiful red door. That comes from that one tree right here. So, you like the wood, that is fine. This tree, I mean, it gives you a decent amount of wood. I like to use it often on my builds. I also like to use the dark oak. I'll definitely do this oak. Shout out to all the birch lovers, of course. And, I mean, like I said, if you really think of all the different colors of wood, there are so many. The one thing is the crimson and also to the wart planks are not in cover will be the overworld, which is where I am now. To get those woods in a survival situation, you're going to need to go to Nether. I will be covering as much as I can on different aspects for improvements for whatever you need to know. And also, too, I'm also open to ideas. If there's something you want me to cover, definitely. I'll try my best to get that done for you. Now, going back to woods, like I said, if you really like the different wood, there's so many different things. One other one I like is called the flowering azalea. And it looks like quite a lovely little shrub. I mean, you could leave it like this. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Just simple, like, couple, boom. Whatever. I mean, you get creative, put them around your yard, whatever. We'll put a couple just for the sake of this. Boom. There. Won't worry about the back of the house. We'll cover that on a different situation. And it's nice. Very simple, very nice. Now, there's one thing I did learn about this cute little shrub, which is fine like this. It won't grow nothing. Is that I will show you. If we go over here, and we say plant one down, and again, we'll go to our bone meal. If I select this, boom, full-grown tree. Now, that won't happen unless you use the bone meal on this little tree, which is great because you don't want these little guys sprouting if you're planting them by your home. Believe me, I've had that happen more than once where I thought, oh, it's not going to affect it, it's just going to help it grow, and then basically it cuts into your home. Yeah, it's a little bit of a mess. But I personally don't like the full grown. That's just my opinion. But I do happen to love the smaller versions. It's just nicer. It gives you a little bit of color. Just feels great in general. Now, the other thing is we covered some lighting, basically some fences. Another thing I would say is if you're going to do also maybe a garden, simple, we'll find an area. Some say because we're down by water, maybe make it by water. That's probably your fastest way. So we're just going to go down here. Just simply we'll clear up a little bit of these small shrubs here. And again, second tab. But if you go over here, and you'll see it's a hose. So again, don't worry if you're creative about selecting which one. You can even go as much as wood. We're just going to go with the iron for the sake of this. And just simply tap the ground. Boom. You're going to see these little plots. And because you're by the water, like where I am currently, yeah, go crazy on it. You can be careful how far, because you will have to add water if you're too far away. So we're just going to do a couple just to kind of give you an idea. And we're just going to do a very clean-up garden. And you can already notice it's already starting to become moist, which is perfect because the lighter means it hasn't hydrated. That's fine. Darker, it is hydrated, and it's ready for planting. You can plant it regardless. And here we have some seeds. You can select whatever one. We're just going to do some very basic seeds. And just simply tap where you did that. Just boom, boom, boom. I'm not sure of the exact formula of how far you could bring out this garden before you would have to kind of like put a source of water. But I do believe you got a little bit more room than this, but this is just to give you a basic idea. Now, if you happen to not be in a place where there's like a lot of water, but happen to have maybe a plot or something, I will show you a different thing. Say you're right here and no source of water anywhere. Again, if you take your hoe, which I'm sorry, just took out my inventory. One thing you will need is a source of water, which is basically right here, third tab, and boom. You can select it. You're just going to have to make a hole, insert your water. There's your basic water source, and again, tap around it. And I think you could go as far as 3. I do believe 3 around. Before you do have to find another place to put sourcing water. Yes, okay. And again, just very simple. Tap the ground. Very easy. And you can just continue that, whatever seeds you choose. Like, I mean, there's so many different seeds to choose from. You got melon, you know. And if you're, like, again, if you're worrying about how fast an item will grow, yeah, definitely. There's lots of things you can do, and like I said, some of the stuff is definitely bone meal. It's just, you know, handyman's purse thing for when you're in game. And just simply, if you don't want to wait for all these to grow, which I'm just using regular seeds, so yes, they'll grow quickly, but if you won't want to wait, boom, tap your crops. And boom. You got instant wheat. Let's remove that. And boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. And boom, boom. And boom, 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 boom. Oops. And boom, boom. There we go. Instant wheat. And that, of course, there's more than enough here. You can make bread with it. And it's handy. And like I said, depending on your situation, creative, not creative, getting bone meal would be either easy or it'd be a little bit harder, but I'll cover that in a different time. So there you go. Very simple, very basic. Now, going back to the front, somebody else might say, okay, this looks nice, but I just want to kind of further improve. Everybody will be different. I like planters. Some might say a fountain. Entirely up to what you think. I'll show you one simple one of each. And then you can make a decision if you feel or don't feel like it would be something in your Minecraft world. So for a very easy 1, 2, 3 simple basic planter, I'm going to need down here, look for your grass block, which is basically all this stuff right here. And find an area where you want to build your thing. So we're going to make 1, 2, 3, and 4. That will be our base. Now the other thing is you're going to need the mangrove trapdoor, or basically, as I say, the door of choice. And again, second row, first tab, trapdoors. And I mean, there is so many different ones. Like we got, they're all different styles, different things. Because with the style we got going on in our house, we're with the mangrove. And to do this, you simply go up to the tip of your block, which is right here, before your main blocks here, and hit the ground closest to it, but not actually touch the top of here. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, for this end, you go to the front, and again. And then on the other side, repeat. 3 and 4. And then on this side, boom. And in order to make this better, you simply click the item, and it will fold over your block. It's very simple, really easy to do. Like these trapdoors are easy for hidden basements. Just in general, there's a lot of uses. You can even use them so much as for your windows. And we'll just put one here. Look at that. Doesn't it look a little bit nicer? In fact, that actually does look nicer. There you go. Yeah, it kind of blends it in. Now, but going down to this front here, now you're going to say, okay, well, what can I plant on these blocks? Well, really, any flower that you have. Again, fourth tab, and you just scroll through until you get to basically what you need. Flowers, or you can even go so much as like grass. You can get ferns, which I'll grab. If you select this little yellow thing, it's actually flowers. Quite lovely. I personally like the rose bush. It's just aesthetically pleasing, looks nice. And if you click it, boom. Doesn't it look really nice? And boom. And I will fill sometimes the middle with, say, a fern. Doesn't it look nice? Like, say if you're walking up over, oh, how wonderful. And you could go, oh, wait, hey, this looks pretty decent. And you know what? It gives your house that little extra oomph you need to give you a little bit. Now, the other thing I will sometimes use is fountains. And it might take a little more practice. Everybody's got a little bit of a different style. Depending on what brick you're going to use, I'm going to use the smooth stone. Very simple. You don't necessarily have to copy my style, but I like it. So we're going to have to go up a little bit. And I will sometimes use like 1, 2, 3, then come over here, then a 1, 2, 3, oops, 3, then click, then a 1, oops, we're a little bit up here, oops, a little bit too much, and here, and we're up here, and everything. Oops, I never did that one. There we go. There we go. Very simple. And then you find, of course, your center, 2, 3, and 4, or however high you want to do it. This is just a very simple, easy, simple water fountain. I like it, personally. Sometimes I'll even change this block for, say, a glowstone, or even the sea lantern, which is another nice little thing. So if you were to take it off and say replace it, and then taking your water bucket very tip top, push it down. Boom. Isn't that nice? And if this is nighttime, actually that will light up your area and that general thing. And I find it looks really nice. So it gives you kind of like that, ooh, fancy, looks nice. And you could use almost any type of block in Minecraft to choose for your base. And so it kind of just gives you an idea that, you know, Minecraft isn't in limitations. It doesn't matter if your age, nothing. You know what? Minecraft's for everybody. I'll always say that. And, you know, myself, I just personally love it. It gives me something to do. Sometimes you might need it to pass time, or maybe you have grandchildren if you're an older player, or just basically just something to pass the time to do, say, after school. Maybe you just want to chill or something. That's totally fine. Before we cover for the night, I just want to say is that when you kind of want to change a few things, some people might say, well, what can I do to, you know, maybe make a little path? I might forget it's there. Well, again, over here, stuff. Choose the thing. Of course, I'm using a netherite shovel. You don't necessarily do, just simply select. You don't necessarily have to make a path. I mean, very easy. So you'll know it's always there. You know that is your in and out. Oh, it looks like we already have a couple prisoners here. But one thing you can do is if you don't want to have this little gate, because sometimes it is quite the hassle to maybe come out because you don't want your animals by chance to escape with you. Now, one thing I will suggest is that if you go in here and again top row, scroll down a little bit, you will notice carpets. Very simple. And the basic starter one, of course, will be white. Yeah, very simple, white. And simply find an area you want to put it, select the top of it, and boom. You go, well, what's that going to do? Well, very simple. If you're in this, you go, boop, boom. You're in. But entities, no matter what they are, cannot go on top of this, which is quite interesting. And again, how do I get out? Boom, right back on top. You're out. And that eliminates that need for that part of your fence, like this door right here. See? So that might help you if you're worried about creatures like that, or your horses, or whatever you have from escaping. So it's really nice. It's a simple way in, simple way out. People will put it maybe closer to their home, so it's a little bit nicer. I mean, it's entirely how you feel. So I really wanted today to show you. Did I do my fence one? Oh, it was another one. But I today just really wanted to cover to you some of the other things. I also want to cover later on, maybe proving maybe a mine. If we just look down here, that should be big enough. Yeah, maybe some mining. Maybe we can build something. I mean, we're going to work with it. And my series will eventually grow. It's going to take me some time. I do apologize. Things have been really hard for me. And we'll talk about other things that you might find when you're digging in Minecraft. We have things like ancient cities. We find like abandoned mine shafts. I mean, the list goes on. So it just gives you an idea that, you know, Minecraft has mostly no limitations. Now, there are exceptions, like I say, but you know what? We're not going to cover them in this video. This is just a basic, again, kind come back on my series. I know I saw a lot of people really enjoying my first one I made. This is like a part 2. And I'm going to keep this as my world. I did happen to delete my other world by mistake. And so, like I say, I had to redo this world. And I just chose this location. If you happen to like this location just by chance, I will be happy to leave you the seed if you really want to know. I mean, entirely up to you. And you know what? It helps when you're kind of like trying to decide, okay, really, how much do I need? Because I'm thinking later series, go over maybe building maybe a little moat, maybe, I don't know, a boathouse. I mean, we're going to work with it. This is just a comeback series, like I say. I just wanted to cover out some of the little basics today. We are going to improve. I'm going to, of course, fix the house. We're going to cover maybe making a chimney, that sort of stuff. And even like so much as we're going to also work with the interior, which is very basic right now. Hoping to maybe make a second floor, maybe make an addition that way. I mean, this is where we learn together. So I hope that for the series you have been enjoying. Please do drop a like. Feel free to comment. I love reading your comments. I do appreciate it for all those who've been helping me out through my little series here. And hopefully, you know, with time, I can cover more content. And if you'd like to see me work with some different people, sure, I'll try to get some friends, and we're going to try and make it a fun series so that you guys can have a lot of variety, besides the basic covering on some building tips for those who are, like I say, that are new and just want a very basic idea of what they can do to improve themselves, and, you know, just cover a lot of different things. So I leave today, and I hope that you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate it. And for tonight, I leave you with, let's see, we're going to go and we're going to set a course. If we do that, there. But, you know, this series is going to improve. I totally guarantee it. And I hope that you will enjoy and have a great evening, afternoon, wherever part of the world you are from. And I love you all. Looking forward to our next series together. Ciao!